Hello, I'm Marie. I have something to tell you. In 2026, the world woke up to what seemed like an ordinary morning. But a catastrophe, unnoticed at first, had already begun. Initially, only an increase in asthma attacks and respiratory failure cases was observed. People attributed this to air pollution, stress, or changing climates. Hospitals were overflowing, but no one could figure out why. A month later, scientists made a shocking discovery. Plants had stopped performing photosynthesis due to a microscopic bacteria. The inability of plants to photosynthesize rapidly sent the world's ecosystem into chaos. The first effects began in subtropical regions, where oxygen levels started to drop and air quality began to deteriorate. Agricultural production came to a halt, plants withered, and the soil became barren. People fought in the streets for bread. As scientists struggled to isolate the bacteria, they realized this new invasive organism wasn't only attacking plants, but also phytoplankton in the oceans. This had stopped 70% of oxygen production worldwide. As oxygen levels dropped, panic spread through the cities. People began living with masks to survive. Oxygen tanks were worth more than gold on the black market. Cities started to empty as the world rapidly split into two factions, those who could survive and those who were doomed. The global economy collapsed, governments blamed each other, and everyone scrambled to secure their own survival. The atmosphere became so thin that at night the sky appeared crimson. Unexpected disasters arose due to climate change, and cities that once thrived were now nothing more than ruins, their memories fading into the past. Some countries relocated to higher altitudes to survive, while others developed collective oxygen systems for a brief respite. But these were only temporary solutions. With every passing day, oxygen was running out, and the air was thick with despair. People sold everything they had to breathe. The economy, once built on wealth and progress, crumbled entirely. As scientific research progressed, a horrifying theory emerged regarding the bacteria's origin. This organism wasn't born of natural evolution, but was created in a laboratory. Was this a biological weapon? Had an experiment spiraled out of control? Though answers were sought, one fact remained. This bacteria would permanently change the planet's ecosystem. People increasingly asked, who did this? But one thing was clear: no matter the answer, it would not save us. Survivors retreated into underground cities. The surface above became a graveyard of deserted towns where only ghosts and forgotten memories lingered. The sounds of nature were gone, replaced by the eerie hum of wind blowing through decaying buildings. The last rays of the sun cast their light over continents that now resembled nightmares. Was this the end of the world, or merely the beginning of something far worse? The only truth remaining was that the survivors were still searching for a solution, but time was running out. As the days wore on, those who remained began to vanish one by one. The thinning atmosphere pushed people to leave their homes. Oxygen levels continued to plummet, and the world that once seemed full of life was now a hollow shell. Once, we walked these streets without thinking about the air we breathed. Now every breath, every step felt like an inevitability of death. Oxygen, the very foundation of life, was running out, and humanity's last chance for survival was slipping through our fingers.